Hello and welcome to SpaceEngine Exploration. So my previous video was a video in the title that featured 12,000 subscribers, which thanks again for 12,000 subs. But the milestone for this video is 3 million video views. So that is awesome. Let's see if I can turn this down without turning down the volume to the video so I don't have to sit there and remix all this stuff. Yeah, 3 million video views. I don't know what to say. I know one of them is like 700,000 or something like that, some really high number. I haven't checked on it lately. But that's insane. 3 million. 3 million people have heard my voice. My calm, rich, professional, monotone voice that people seem to have an appeal for. But, wow, that is incredibly loud. Oh well, just made it way louder. I hope that's not peaking. Okay. Yeah, because... let's make sure I'm getting the audio right. That's like scraping along the lines of peaking. That music is super loud. Yeah, yeah, keeping things professional here at Retrograde Studio. We, strive for, perfection and stuff like that. By we, I mean I, because I'm just some lonely person who records these in my room on my free time. But, yeah, we just, strive for, Pringle. Profession here at Retrograde Studio. What was it talking about? I don't know, I forgot. Let's move on to some suggestions here. Let's see. Well, it says I have like 30 something 26 comments, and I don't see 26 comments here. I guess a lot of them are replies, but yeah, I have no clue if I'm seeing all the suggestions here. And that would be completely YouTube's fault. But I'll start with the ones that I see anyways, and if I miss any, feel free to post on the comments of this video, and I'll try my best to get to it. I feel bad if there's like a comment that I've not seen like 4 videos in a row or something. Wow, stop flying forward. Okay. Okay, I guess there's just no clouds on this planet. This is interesting looking. This is from, Liftabauer? Liftabauer? Is that how your name is pronounced? I can't really tell. Oh yeah, that's peaking. That is definitely peaking. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. That's gonna be like a weird transition in the video, but yeah. Because I'm also gonna rebalance it in post, so it's gonna be very weird. Yeah, there's no clouds on this planet. No description, but this looks pretty cool. I feel like there should be clouds here. Is there a gas giant here I can compare with, just to make sure we have clouds enabled? That brown dwarf implies that we do. And if I disable clouds, yeah, we do have clouds enabled. Interesting. Well, let's go ahead and zoom in. We got like this desert landscape, and then transitions to a, I don't know, I guess you could say, low altitude field forest kind of environment, and then it's like trees and dark shrubbery and high altitude stuff or something. I don't know, it's just a weird gradient in the world. What is this, a desert? Oh yeah, it is a desert with life. Okay. How close is it to its parent star? I guess that's a real question. We have a distance semi-major axis of 2 astronomical units. And a temperature of -8 degrees Celsius, so yeah, I don't see how this could... Yeah, okay, so this climate is just very warm right here, I assume, and that's why it's all deserty toward the tropical area. I mean, I guess this would be the gradient you would expect to see on Earth as well. It's just you just don't have all the ocean in between. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Like, this is our tropical arid climate here, and then, like, yeah, continents like South America, United States, Europe, etc. And if you look at things like, let's say Africa, from like a satellite image, I mean, I guess this is kind of the gradient you get. Like, let me just Google that real quick. Yeah, you can see that transitioning climates there through Africa, like the hotter regions versus like the more, I don't know, I guess, what's the term I'd be looking for? Lush covered regions? Places with plant life and stuff like that, the more habitable regions of Africa. But I don't know. Yeah, I think Africa would be a good example of like this kind of gradient you would see. I could put it on screen if I remember to edit it in post. If not, then it's probably not there. And then I guess up here it's getting like colder, more Arctic, I guess you could say. I don't think this is snow. What is this? No, this looks rather dry and deserty as well. And then as we go up higher, obviously we reach the poles, and then there's like definitely snow up here. And auroras, and tons of prettiness, because I love these like cold regions. And they just look so cool. I mean, look at that. That is awesome. Let's get that moon into view. There we go. Yeah, it's such a pretty view up here. I always love these. And there's like a elliptical type galaxy. I assume that's the galaxy we're in, perhaps? What galaxy is this? Just some random galaxy. But yeah, very pretty. Love the Arctic views in this game. So what are these lakes made of? Looks like it drops to a lower altitude, so I'm going to assume the base layer is just sand. And that's what that looks like. From a high altitude, you can hardly tell. It almost looks like snow. But it makes sense that it's sand. I mean, obviously it's a crater, it's a lower altitude, and you can see the planet is just peppered with these craters, and there's an eclipse from the moon. So we can go and touch down right here next to this volcano, I guess, because I have a habit of just landing next to volcanoes. And you can see the eclipse and the shadow from the rings. Very cool. Well, that's not the shadow from the rings, that's the rings themselves. Let's go ahead and smack down right here. And the atmosphere is just thin, I think. Because that moon is really blocking out the, I guess, reflection of the atmosphere. Now what I find interesting is the sky is blue. Isn't like the blue sky, a lot of it caused by like reflections from the ocean and stuff, and the effects the oceans have on like the light we receive? I mean, I know that our atmosphere absorbs a lot of like red and green light, but yeah, just compositions alone kind of like absorb a lot of that, but I just find it interesting that we got like such a kind of Earth-like color on this desert. And what are the compositions here? Carbon dioxide, oxygen, water, nitrogen. Okay, so I guess that is pretty Earth-like, and that is probably why we're seeing those colors. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move on to the next suggestion here, which is from Natos92. And they do have a description here. Just one moment while I paste this in. Also, yeah, my keyboard's probably a little bit more clicky. You guys more than likely saw the previous video. Well, I don't know if you guys watched it, but I'm sure you guys have seen that I uploaded it. Ooh, totally locked. Let me go ahead and click read more here. Okay, there's 2 suggestions. Yeah, I got a new mechanical keyboard because the previous keyboard I was using was literally missing like a good 20% of its keycaps. Ooh, we're like above a galaxy. Yeah, I was missing a good like whatever 20% of its keycaps or whatever, and yeah, it wasn't in good condition. So I bought this, but I like mechanical keyboards, and this has blue switches, so got a nice clickiness to it. I did O-ring dampen it, as you guys saw in that video, to kind of reduce the desk noise and how much it is perceived in the microphone. If I back it up just a little bit, because I am using a dynamic mic, it should be much less audible. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and hopefully that fixes the clickiness a little bit. Like, this microphone's very directional, so it shouldn't be picking it up too much. I'm not too worried about that. Once I cut down the echo in the room a little bit more, which it should be improved compared to the last video, since I'm getting more stuff in here. But yeah, once I get that cut down, it should stop echoing through the room and stop getting as much feedback into the microphone. Okay, so let's read the description here. It is a cool terror with marine and terrestrial life that is tidally locked in a binary system above a beautiful purple galaxy. And a side note, one of the gas giants is panspermia, so life is transferred from this planet to the gas giant, wherever it may be. So let's just touch down right here. You can kind of see it, but there is the galaxy there. It's very dim. If I go up in altitude, you can very clearly see it though. And this is a tidally locked cyclone thingy. Basically, hemisphere-wide storm caused by the fact that it is tidally locked. So let's go ahead and touch down right here. And let's zoom into this sun here. There's only one that I see so far. I'm not seeing a second set of lens flare, so maybe one sun is eclipsing the other. Speeding this up, I don't see them rotating around each other. The sun is moving though. For something that is tidally locked. Oh wait, we got wobble. That's a good sign. Okay, things are happening. So I assume we are a planet orbiting around one star that is orbiting around each other at a far distance, perhaps? Yes, that's what's happening. So if we go ahead and bring up the orbit map, we can see that these two are orbiting each other, and there is the very center, hence the wobble effect. But we were in a planet that was orbiting around the sun rather than orbiting around the very center of these two stars, so yeah. So we got a lot of wobble, as you can tell. I'm still locked onto the planet, so I'm like getting all the wobble that that planet's receiving on the screen right now. And here are some planets that are orbiting far outside, but they're orbiting the very center of these two stars, like this gas giant right here, which is going to be very dim, because it's not receiving much light from there, because it is very, very, very far away. And there was a comment asking how do you like pin stuff or unpin stuff. That is this button right here to unpin, which will make it just pop up when you go to the edge of the screen. If you have it pinned, it'll always stay locked there. By default, it's always pinned, and people always wonder how to do that. Well, it's that button right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and disable the orbit map. Let's go back to the search tool and head back over to that planet now that I've shown that off. Oh, I forgot to pause time. Okay, so it looks like we have purple life forms. Let's go ahead and touch down right here. Let things load in. There is our life, our purple plant life. And this hazy beige atmosphere, it looks like. Let's get this to load in. And the more I let stuff load in, I know the more memory the game uses over time, and the more likely it is to crash. And the higher you turn the detail up, the faster it fills all that, I guess, paging. I don't really know how this game runs. And then bad things happen, and the game goes splat. So So I'm keeping the details relatively slow loading and moderate, that way when I'm flying by I'm not just loading things rapidly, it's just kind of skipping over that terrain generation and not caching as heavily. Okay, we got a volcano here. The texture is like going uphill, so that lava is being funky, I guess. And there's the main star we're orbiting, and there is the sister star over there. So, what else can I view on this planet? Well, here's a giant wall, which is the poles of this planet. Very jagged and insane mountains. There's a giant wall of ice, it looks like. Coming out of this green ocean, it looks like. And just levels off as perfectly level terrain, because why not? Oh, here's where some land actually merges in with the poles. But you still have some of that crazy jaggedness going on. This is a pretty cool looking little region, I guess you could say. Very alien-like. Not something I would expect to see so much on Earth. I mean, possibly, but this is bizarre. Like, I don't know if this is an intentional way to generate these polar caps in the game, but this is how the game chooses to do it. No, smacked into the terrain there. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the second suggestion here from Natives92. So copy this. There we go. And here we go. Frozen Titan with marine and terrestrial life. Really colorful terrain and rings. In a system with a desert with life. And a gas giant with panspermia. For extreme viewing pleasure, go to the first moon and set the time to, okay. Let's see, we got a large ring system. Multiple, like, sets of rings. 3 there, and, looks like 3 more over here. Let's go ahead and touch down and see if we can view the life on this planet. It's exotic unicellular life. Which, normally doesn't result in a life texture, but it results in these fun colors. So we'll touch down right here, right where this blue spot is. Yeah, okay, so we got like these purple rocks mixed in with some blue stuff. And looking up in the sky, I see a galaxy there that looks like the Magellanic Clouds, so we're possibly in the Milky Way. There's our rings, you can see them in the back there. Our parenting star, which is illuminating this Titan pretty brightly. Normally Titans are very dim, which this is, but not as dim as other planets. It looks like the white blue, or light blue stuff is our life texture. It looks like some kind of life. Some weird mossy substance. It's a Titan, so I expect a lot of ice on it. And by ice, I mean like this planet's average surface temperature is negative 188 degrees Celsius. So, I'm not talking about water ice. The primary atmospheric composition is methane, which tells you that there's probably a lot of, like, condensed liquid methane as the oceans. So it's a very cold world. And that would probably be what these rivers are made of. This is a nicely generated little river. I'm not even using any mods at the moment. This is a completely vanilla version of the game. Well, that was a bit funky. So go to the first moon and set the time to this timestamp right here. Okay, time is set. This is our planet right here, and I assume this is the first moon. So what am I expecting to see? Okay. I'm not sure if this is the view you wanted me to see, but here it is. You can see the shadows of the rings being casted across the planet, multiple sets of them. Now, I'm seeing two sets of the same shadow pattern, which tells me we're possibly in a binary system. I see one star right there anyway. Huh, I only see one star. Why are the rings doing that? Is there a second star around here? Not that I can see. Oh, there we go. Maybe that's what you wanted me to see. There's an eclipse. We're eclipsing the planet there, which tells me there is, in fact, a second star possibly somewhere. Ah, there you are. I was very confused. I was like, there's no way the ring shadows are being cast on both sides. There we go. That makes more sense. So we have an eclipse here. These stars are too far apart. I would say possibly we can get a dual eclipse at some point. That'd be kind of cool, two eclipses from the same planet. But there you go. Let's go ahead and move on to the next suggestion, which is from EMTNT with underscores on both sides of that name. Let's go ahead and remove the suggestion and paste this in, get rid of that question mark, and sorry if I'm bumping the microphone tripod here. But here we go. Take a look at the planets. Let's see. I was wondering if we're in like an elliptical type galaxy. Looks like we're in the center of a galaxy, an elliptical type. But we have a star here. It's a blue supergiant. So, oh, what have I done? I can't imagine there's much surviving around a blue supergiant, but we'll go to this scorched Selena. And as you can see, the moon there has so much light being casted on it that it's basically the sun. Like, this is a very bright planet surface being caused just by the reflections of that moon. There is so much light here. And then if we go to the other side of the planet, it's so bright that we just can't see anything. It's just like, yep, just bright. It's just brightness. Just bright. That's all it is. Like here's the surface color of the planet. You can't see it. It's just white. Okay. But then we can go to the sunset area of the planet, if you even want to call it that, where we have hills of just brightness. I'm gonna try to hide one of these critters, but I bet you that star is like basically still visible. Let's go over to the dark side of the planet, wherever that might be. There's a bit of dark side of planet. Touch down right here. You can see that it's warm. There's like a slight red shift in the dark areas. What's the planet's surface temperature? 926 degrees Celsius. So yeah, a very warm world. This is just a mountain, if I'm correct. No, never mind. This is just a random illuminated part of the mountain, even though there's no sun there, but that's just the way bump maps kind of render in video games. Because there's not actually a collision happening. This is just a fun, packaged, I assume, OpenGL effect. The lighting is just being casted from a source, and the bump map's assuming it's not actually like photons of simulated photons of light hitting the planet and reflecting and causing like a dynamic occlusion effect. It's not ray tracing is what I'm saying, so you end up with artifacts like these where this is illuminated even though, okay, well in this instance star is visible, but you can find portions that are illuminated and the star is not visible at all. And not only that, but with that star, which we can't see because it's so freaking bright. There we go. The point of light's going to be the very center of the star. It's not going to be the entire diameter of the star, so that's another thing to consider. Anyways, let's check out the next planet here. Scorched Desert. Temperature, 929 degrees. Has a lot of little moons. Not as bright of moons, but they are reflecting nonetheless, and they are still reflecting quite brightly. But we are considerably further away. But I don't think that really matters much. I mean, look at that. The thing's incredibly bright. You could hardly interpret anything here. It's just brightness. That looks cool though. I love what it's doing to the atmosphere. You see that like cool faded atmosphere? It's like shielding us from the light of this star, and if we fly lower into the atmosphere, you can see it like change into a different tone as it's kind of a sunset. Like, there we go. That's a pretty effect. And what happens if we just drop the exposure down like 2 ticks? There we go. Now we're getting some detail and stuff. Like, that looks cool. That is a very pretty lens flare. Okay. Now I'm going to visit one more planet around this star here. And that'll be this one, because it is 1300 degrees Celsius, which means it's more Venusian-like. Oh wow, look at those craters. They're just like full of lava. Now this is a scorched world. Look at that. Let's go ahead and touch down right here in this crater. I'm not going to bother going to the other side of the planet. I'm just going to touch down right here. It's just molten rock. It's all glowing. You can see the lava kind of refracted, distorted, whatever effect, a liquefied texture. Very cool. And I saw a volcano over here. Let's go to that volcano just because, yeah, there's a volcano just erupting out of this molten crater. And you can see the lava in there. Like, that is the closest thing to hell you can find in a game. Well, I mean, there's always the brown dwarf planets that are just like red and hellish looking, but they're rarely ever hot like this. Okay, let's see. Let's scroll up here and see if I can find another suggestion. What are we running at? 28 minutes? Doesn't look like there's many more suggestions. Looks like 2 more, which I feel like is a little low for the amount of views on this video, which tells me I'm missing a lot of suggestions, but there's not much I could do about that. As I've been constantly preaching, I guess you could say, YouTube has not been showing me really all the suggestions. And I do have people commenting here saying like, hey, you missed mine. I'm trying to make it clear that, like, yeah, I just don't see them all. So if I miss them, just try to post them again and maybe I'll be able to get around to them. Okay, so we're in the small Magellanic Cloud with a binary planet system here. So cool Terra with an Oceania moon with life. Is this our life texture right here? Or? Oh no, I'm just on a lone Terra right now. So this doesn't have life, but that does. Okay, so that's going to be marine life, yeah. So we're not going to be able to visualize that, but we have this cool ocean moon up here. Let's go ahead and fly over to a possibly better view. Or it's not as bright, and then we can see the moon a little bit better, like in the sunset region. If I can find it, like okay, there it is. Okay, we're almost at the pole. I went the wrong way, but that's fine. We'll just touch down right here. And I don't think I can see that moon anymore. Damn. Okay, just go ahead and zoom out here. Sorry if my mouse is making so much noise. I'll turn off the ratchet scrolling, so it doesn't make so much noise. But that also means I can free spin it. So I can change our velocity rapidly, like that. I'm not even touching my mouse when I do that. Yay, free scrolling. Yeah, okay. Let's touch down right here. There we go. Now we're starting to see the moon. I mean, this kind of just reminds me of the little mod I made, or the, I guess, moon asset that I changed to have Earth-like parameters, so it had like a liquid ocean and stuff. That's kind of what this is reminding me of. And you're able to see clouds on the moon. That was one of the cooler things I've done in this game. Even though it was like pretty basic, it was like still pretty cool. The terraform Mars was kind of cool too, but it didn't work as well, I would say. And I tried doing that stuff with other planets, but yeah, I would duplicate the planets and have them clip into each other. But I couldn't figure out how to erase the original planet, so bit of a shame. But yeah, here you go. There is the ocean moon. You can see the Magellanic Cloud, the galaxy, which I believe is like a cloud-like galaxy, not a flat pancake like it is in this game, but for some reason it's just flat in this game. There it is, because it's a texture and not actually a cloud. So we just have these two flat things hanging out next to the Milky Way. Once you get close, I get a little bit of volume to them, but not that much. Anyways, let's go move on to the next suggestion here from Corsair Plays. It looks like 2 suggestions. I don't know how to load coordinates in this game, so I'm not going to be able to visit those coordinates you want me to visit in the second suggestion there. I'm sure someone will explain how to do it though. Okay. Nemo? Binary? My apologies for the faulty suggestion in the last episode. Here's the correct coordinates. It's a ringed moon inside a Fornax, or inside the Fornax dwarf galaxy. Fornax? Yeah. And 2 planets in this system are larger than their parent star. What's the parent star? A black hole? I mean, so there's the parent star apparently for these. Oh, okay. There we go. Hey, you, stop despawning. Look at that. Just gone. Game-breaking bug. I must report this. What are you? You're a temperate Selena, and you're okay. When I select you, remain, but then you're just gone. That's the transition point of when it turns into a point of light, huh? But there's no light here, so it's just poof. It's gone. Just like that. Okay. So this planet's diameter is 144. 730 kilometers, and this star, however, is a diameter of 840,000. So yeah, that planet is bigger than the star. Just doesn't have enough mass to ignite fusion, I guess. But these are some pretty small red dwarfs. I'm sure this is not a very uncommon anomaly in the game, though. No, it's not even an anomaly. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty common thing in the game. Stars do get pretty small. They're just very dense. In fact, they don't have to be like a significant amount of mass. There is like a limit to whatever mass, and that starts the process of fusion, but the density is also very important for creating this, and that is a big sunspot. But it looks cool. That big sunspot. Let's touch down on the sunspot. Ooh, that is ominous looking. I like that. This isn't something I've done in a very long time in this series. Ooh, that is cool looking. Especially with the Milky Way just staring at us over there. Like, hello Milky Way. I don't know where Earth is on the Milky Way, but hello Milky Way. And here's the other star, considerably larger. Let's touch down on a sunspot on this star. Poke. Ooh, that is still pretty ominous. You can see like huge variances in altitude on this star. And a bunch of these like little cells, I guess. I don't know what the technical name is for them. But very cool. Okay, so we have another suggestion here from the same person, which is fair that they get 2 suggestions because apparently I missed, or I wasn't able to visit the previous suggestion because the coordinate was wrong. Okay, so silicon-based life, planet, orbiting a brown dwarf. The mountains at these coordinates that I don't know how to do look pretty cool. Like, there was a way to input coordinates, I just don't remember where they were at. So, I could try, like, flying to them manually. Okay, let's see. It is 0. 048, so that'd be this direction on this plane. Let's get the second value to 48 real quick. Apply this direction. I want to go ahead and turn off real planet brightness. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. I want to make this planet brighter, basically. Okay. Let's fix our camera here and get over to 048. 048. So this way. I receded too far that way, so reduce this value to 48 now. So somewhere around here. Reduce our speed. Well, I'm in the general region you want to be in, right? Well, this is, ah, damn it, you wanted me to go to negative 48. Well, I have done messed up. Ah, I hate myself. Okay, negative 48 is going to be on the polar opposite of the planet, so somewhere over here. Okay, 48. Bring the other value to 0. I mean, I could jump cut this, but you guys are totally joining me for this adventure because I don't know how to input the latitude longitude coordinates into the game. I mean, you guys can skip through the video, but no, you have to suffer through this with me. As you guys scream at the screen like, hey, press the F13 key and do the thing. And it's like, no. You guys gotta suffer. Alright, I think we're in the right region. So these mountains are here. Yeah. These look pretty cool. That was a process. That was definitely a process. Okay. Just touch down right here. And that is dark. That is very dark. And that is our parenting star, I assume. That brown dwarf right there. Oh wow, that is a lot of reflection for such a tiny star. But I guess if I were to set the real planet brightness enabled again, we get stars. So it's just like, yeah, if you have real planet brightness enabled, you can't really see anything down here. It's just darkness and galaxy. And that little gumball over there with the cool hot pink auroras. Anyways, that was the last suggestion for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave it a like. Please subscribe. Click that bell icon because YouTube's notification system thingy sucks. And I will see you guys in the next video.